ASHTAVAKRA Ji says soul is a witness, omnipresent, absolute, non-dual, conscious, without association, non-acquisitive, and serene. It appears worldly only due to illusion. Which soul is he talking about? Because whenever we use I, whatever we say, whatever we think, whatever we do, that is not even remotely related to what is being said here. In fact, the exact opposite is being said here. What is he saying here? The soul is a witness. The witness is someone who exists, is also conscious. Since it is conscious, that is why it is being called a witness. It means that it exists and is conscious too. But nothing affects it. Neither does it do anything, nor does anything affect it. That is the soul which is being discussed here. And at this level, the soul of ASHTAVAKRA Ji and Janak Ji, and yours and mine, there is no difference at this level. This is not only about ASHTAVAKRA Ji's soul. He is not talking about his soul. It can be of King Janak or ASHTAVAKRA Ji or anyone else. It is a witness. Vibhu. Vibhu means all-pervading, that which is everywhere. He is not talking about God, because that also creates a lot of confusion in the mind. Else, people will say, God is a witness and our soul is different from it. This is incorrect. The word Paramatma or Supreme Soul hasn't been used here. There is no Supreme. Space is space. There is no Supreme Space or lower space. Be it in a pot or outside, space is space. We can't say that the space outside is Supreme Space and the inner space is an inferior one. Space is space, be it anywhere. So what is a good thing over here? Soul is a witness. In the next word itself, the definition of witness has been strongly targeted. As soon as you hear the word witness, what will you think immediately? Okay, I am the witness. Like people say, become a witness of your thoughts. Whatever happens anywhere should not bother you. This is what people understand of witness. The witness is he who sees from this body. It is true that a witness means he who is watching through this body. But what is also being said here to crush your belief? The soul, which is I, your own I. It is obvious that your I is being discussed here. Why would ASHTAVAKRA Ji talk about his I? Why would he even need to speak? Since King Janak has asked a question, hence he is answering. So he's telling King Janak that his I is not only a witness, it is also omnipresent. So whether he who is seeing or he who is not seeing, you can say that someone is seeing when there is an instrument present. For example, someone is seeing through this body, but no one is seeing through this bottle, isn't it? Why is someone not seeing through the bottle? Because the action of seeing can't be done through the bottle. It is not that type of an instrument. You may say, why can't photos be clicked through the body? Because it is not a camera. There are differences between instruments. But as soon as it is called a witness, how does a person's thought process work? You will either identify yourself as a witness through this body. What I am seeing is what I am. Or you will identify yourself with the living. Okay, so whoever and wherever a living being exists is me. But as soon as the word omnipresent is used, you have broken all the barriers. Now it means all-pervading. Who is being discussed here? Who is omnipresent? It is not some god. The soul is being discussed here. You and I are being discussed here. That's the beauty of this. Is this body omnipresent? Is it all-pervading? No, which means that I am not this body. Everyone says, I am seeing through this body. I am listening. I am feeling. I am talking. I am walking. All these standpoints are connected to what? The body. If the body is ruled out here, what is next? I am seeing through this body, which people assume as the witness. The moment this word omnipresent is mentioned, even that is ruled out. It is said that you are the witness, but you are not associated only with this body. Even telling this wouldn't be a mistake, that you are not at all connected with this body, because you are omnipresent. For example, if space sees through a box which has two eyes on it, it doesn't mean that the box has captured the space. The box is existing. There is visibility. The box gets destroyed. There is no visibility. All-pervading, omnipresent. As soon as we understand the depth of this word, all the barriers are broken down. There is no space for thought. The sorrow which occurs because of your eye, all its supports are taken down. You may say that you are seeing through this body. You will also think that you should only see all good through it. I should only feel good. I should only be happy and not be sad. You are trapped. Now what if you are witnessing through everywhere? If you are a witness who sees from everywhere, then all the happiness and sorrow is yours. What should we do now? Why all this? This is to bring our thinking onto the right track. Our thoughts work on the basis of the conditioning we have received. After the conditioning, we have practiced it knowingly, unknowingly. We took onto the path as per our conditioning. For example, a kid was taught something and he practiced it knowingly or unknowingly. If he was taught Hindi, he practiced Hindi throughout his life. If he wants to learn a new language now, he needs to practice for that. This is similar to a new language. If you can see through it, understand it, your thinking will completely change. Omnipresent means all-pervading. This means that the witness not only exists in the living, but also in the non-living. You might say that the witness can see at some places but not at other places. The limitation is not of the witness but of the instrument. You are omnipresent, absolute. Absolute means he who is complete. What is incomplete can't be completed. It can be worked upon. Absolute is something which is the best in all aspects. It can't be bettered anymore. There is a full stop as soon as we say absolute. What will you do next? If you add anything else to the absolute, it will still be absolute. If you subtract something from absolute, it is still going to be absolute. If it is incomplete, it will expand a bit on adding something, else it will contract. An absolute is unaffected. Always remember in this context what is being talked about. This is not about reality. You are being discussed here. Soul. Soul means I. Wherever you have safely kept your I, you can't keep it there anymore if you understand these words. Non-dual. These words have been used quite wisely. Whoever has written this, whoever has dwelled into its depth, those were amazing people. What will you say about the truth? If you say that it is one, then why is it visible separately? The truth of these two visible trees is one. Your next question would be, how is it one? There are two trees, 1 and 2. How is it one? You are lying. If you say it is not one, then there are two, which means both are different. So there is a separation. What word is used for it? Non-dual. Only this is said that it is not two. Two are visible, but it is not two. How wise is that? There can't be a better used word for reality. What other word can you use? Someone said that God is one. People got confused. People are fighting over this. Your scripture says that God is one. What is implied? God is different from me. Now either they need something from God. They might need heaven, not hell. Want paradise, not misery. They need something. Or if there are so-called spiritual people, then they want to realize that one God. They want to attain Him. Whom do you want to attain? As soon as non-dual is said, everything vanishes. Everything drowns. Someone is fighting on the point that God is not one but three. Someone is saying He is not three but these many millions. Someone says this, someone says that. Someone says the God is male. Someone else says God is not male. Male and female. Shiv and Shakti. So someone says He's two. Someone says He's one. People have given different ideas from different angles, but it is all confusion out there. Everywhere a gap exists. You say that male and female are one. How is it possible? These are separate bodies. How can they be one? After understanding it in depth, such a word which has nothing more to it, which can't be questioned, is non-dual. Non-dual means not two, meaning there is nothing other than it. Other than what? The soul. This is an amazing point. It is not a concept. Nothing is being talked about, a faraway reality, and nothing else exists other than that. Or nothing is there other than God. So you should pray to God. Do good deeds. Don't do bad. This is not being discussed here. What has been said here? A very big statement. To digest this, you need to be absolutely peaceful and silent within. Then you will be able to see its depth. The soul is non-dual, which means I am non-dual. It means only the soul exists, meaning there is not one water in the ocean. There isn't one type of water in two waves. Only water exists. There are no waves. What we call as waves are just for namesake. You are seeing water, touching water, feeling the water, but don't know why do you call it a wave. Actually, it doesn't matter if you call it a wave. Call it whatever you want to. What exists in the wave is water. The soul is non-dual. It means that nothing exists other than me. What will you do now? Which meditation will you perform? Whom will you pray to? Which deeds are good and which are bad? What is dharma and what is adharma? Everything collapses. If you call yourself good, this world will get divided into two for you immediately. I am good. Now you will see only two types of people, good and bad. The basis on which you might be calling yourself good, on the same basis you might be calling others bad. As soon as you identify yourself with the money you have, this whole world, which is so huge and vast, will be divided into two parts for you, rich and poor. Your entire thoughts will follow this line. If you have given importance to money in your life, as soon as someone comes in front of you, the immediate thought which will come to you without you being even aware of it is, if he is rich or poor, is he of my level or not? For him, the whole world just gets reduced to this. He will go round and round just about this. What they are doing or what they have, I is connected to that. Either is it connected to the possession or the work they are doing. What will someone visualize throughout the day who is himself a doctor? Only two people, those who are patients and others who aren't patients. That's it. He won't see anything else all through the day. The soul, which is infinite, which is omnipresent, which is all-pervading. What did it become? It did not actually become that, but at the level of thinking. Isn't it? Isn't it confined? That which can't be confined is now confined because of what? Thinking. As soon as you have understood that I, which means the soul, is non-dual, all the barriers are broken. It means whatever good is in this world is me. Whatever is bad is also me. Someone someplace is doing pretty good. He is also me. Someone someplace is doing pretty bad. Even he is me. How will you detest him if he is you? What is he saying ahead? The soul is liberated. You don't need to liberate it. You don't need to go somewhere. This is not an exercise. Nothing. Soul is liberated. If someone is a king but thinks of himself as a beggar, what is a cure to that? If someone comes and tells him that he is not a beggar but a king, he'll first beg for some money and then talk. A beggar thinks that way. You can't expect otherwise from a beggar. He'll say, what nonsense is he talking about the kingdom? He'll beg for money and shoo him away for talking crap. He is not ready to leave his assumptions. So you don't need to be liberated. The soul, which means I, is already liberated. The soul is Chetan. Chetan means conscious. What happened is I, who is a soul, I, who is conscious, I, who is omnipresent, that is all-pervading, is conscious. So I am the conscious being. I'm not a conscious being. I'm the conscious being. There is only one conscious being. I am the soul. I am the self, not a self. Your self different from myself. So when the conscious being, where being is that which exists, is in contact with any impression, with any image, as soon as it is in contact, how can this happen? A mirror-like substance is needed for this. Only there something can be seen. What misconception occurs to him? He thinks that because the contact is happening here, so the consciousness is present only here. But in reality, the consciousness or the soul is everywhere. The mirror is here. Because of the presence of that mirror here, I start feeling that even I am also present just here. I superimpose the limitation of a mirror on myself. The mirror is here, so the contact is here. So the feeling of existence is here. So what do I say? I am here. The conscious being has a feeling. It can be either through this mirror, which is your body, or through this mirror, which is that body. Feeling occurred and died. But where did its recording happen? The mirror on which it was seen. Assume that there is a device below it, and that is where the recording happened. By looking and holding on to that recording, I say, I am this. So that feeling of existence is occurring to whom? To the self, me. But what am I saying? That feeling is happening to me only at this place. Why? Because its recording exists only at this place. So either I am connecting myself to the recording of that feeling, that impression which occurred and left, which means some clouds were seen above the mirror, and then they vanished. But I am saying that I saw the cloud on the basis of the recording of that cloud. Who is this I? The same I which was seeing all other things through all other bodies. There is nothing like was. You can talk about was only on the basis of recording. If you just let go of the recording by seeing things as it is, as if there is nothing called recording in this world, it's just an illusion, an impression which was seen on the mirror, and it is nothing else. What is this creation if you observe closely? A mirror-like substance which is called a body. Some impressions happen on it and leave. One is recording of a feeling, and the other is feeling. Both are different, isn't it? One is an experience which happened to you. Second is you are remembering the experience. Both are different, isn't it? One is sound's experience. There was contact between you and sound. You experienced it. Now remember it. Remember the clap which happened moments ago. Both are different, isn't it? Experience is experience, and memory is a memory. If you are able to understand this closely, the feeling is the truth, but the memory of that feeling is a lie because it doesn't exist. That is where was and will be is. Where are the past and future? In the recording of that feeling. Can a feeling ever be in the past? The feeling can happen only in the present. Can you have an experience in the past? Experience happens in the present, right? Past and future can happen with memory. The possibility of past and future at the experience level is nil. If someone is visible, it is visible now. Whatever you are thinking about, it is past and future. Now, if we do not connect ourselves with this experience's memory, who is having an experience? It is me. There should be no doubt about that. I am the one who is experiencing through all the mirrors on which all kinds of impression occur. The mirrors are at different places, but the witness experiencing through all the mirrors is omnipresent. Mirrors look different, bodies look different, but the soul is non-dual, absolute, and omnipresent.